Let's talk about the leadership identity shift. This lesson is one of the most important in the entire program because the truth is this: you cannot lead others until you define the leader you choose to become. Most leadership problems are not skill problems, they're identity problems. And when your identity shifts, your behaviors follow naturally. Today we're going to break down what leadership identity is, why it matters, and how to define your own leadership identity in a way that transforms your confidence, presence, and effectiveness. Why identity matters more than skill. Most people try to fix their leadership by learning tactics. How do I hold people accountable? How do I communicate better? How do I run better meetings? How do I motivate my team? But tactics don't stick unless they're built on a strong identity, because identity shapes behavior, and behavior shapes results, which means the identity you operate from is shaping your entire team. If you see yourself as someone who avoids conflict, someone who tries to keep everyone happy, someone who doesn't want to disrespect people, someone who doesn't feel ready to lead, your behavior will reflect that. Leadership always starts inside of you first. There are 3 levels of leadership that determine your impact. Level 1 is identity. Who are you as a leader? What are your beliefs, your values, your character, your standards? Level 2 is your behavior. What do you do as a leader? How do you communicate? How do you hold people accountable? How do you show up every day? And level 3 is influence. What others follow. This is the outcome of identity and behavior. If you want to increase your influence, you must elevate your identity. And behavior always follows identity. You've probably heard the phrase, act as if. But in leadership, you don't act your way into identity. You decide your identity, and your actions rise to meet it. For example, if you say, I am a clear communicator, you will communicate more clearly. Your brain aligns your behaviors with your identity. If you say, I'm not good at difficult conversations, your behavior will avoid them. Identity is the root, behavior is the fruit. Right now, most leaders fall into one of 4 identity types: the firefighter, the manager, the boss, or the leader. Which one are you? The firefighter, always reacting, always solving problems created by unclear expectations, and your team depends on them too much. The identity belief is, I have to fix everything myself. Are you the manager, focused on tasks, processes, and checklists, no emotional leadership? Your identity belief is, I need to control everything myself. Are you the boss, uses authority instead of influence, tells people what to do, but doesn't develop them? Their identity belief is, people should listen because I said so. Or are you the leader, who sets expectations, models standards, coaches people, and leads with presence and clarity? Your identity belief is, I elevate people through influence and consistency. There is no shame in identifying where you are today. This is the first step. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. How identity shifts actually happen? Well, identity shifts don't happen by accident. They happen through a 4-step process. That process is awareness, reflection, intention, and consistency. Awareness is seeing the gap between who you are and who you want to be. Reflection is understanding why you lead the way you do, your habits, your fears, and strengths. Intention is choosing who you want to become as a leader. And consistency, showing up with a new identity every day until it becomes automatic. This is not about pretending, it's about alignment. You're aligning your actions with your highest leadership self. To shift your identity, you must define the components of your leadership personality. There are 5 pillars. They're your standards, your boundaries, your communication style, your expectations, and your presence. Your standards are what you expect of yourself and what you expect of others. Your boundaries are what behaviors you will no longer tolerate. Your communication style, is it clear? Is it direct? Is it supportive? Firm but fair? Your expectations, what you ask of your team, and how you ask for it. The how is extremely important. Your presence. How do you show up? How do people feel around you? What energy do you bring to the team? When you define these intentionally, your identity shifts. Every great leader has non-negotiables, lines they will not cross. For example, I don't avoid difficult conversations. I communicate expectations clearly. I hold myself to the same standards as my team. I do not allow disrespect or excuses. I operate with calm, clarity, and confidence. Your non-negotiables create your identity, and your identity creates your culture. Identity is everything in leadership. Once you shift who you are and what you believe, your leadership behaviors transform automatically. In the next lesson, we're going to take this further by breaking down the confidence systems that great leaders use to stay steady, strong, and decisive, even under pressure.